At the time of recording this video, Black Ops 6 has officially been out for 1 month now, so it's time to take a look back at the last month. There was plenty of hype going into the Black Ops 6 year, with many players hoping that Black Ops 6 would be the title to save and resurrect the Call of Duty franchise. Now, although Black Ops 6 hasn't been without issues in its first month, it can also be argued that this is the best first month for a Call of Duty title we have seen in a long time. Over the past month, we have seen quite a few bugs and glitches present in Black Ops 6, and although none of them have been truly game-breaking, they've definitely been annoying to deal with. Before I start to discuss the bugs and glitches present in Black Ops 6, I want to note that this isn't going to be an exhaustive video, as I have not really played much of the campaign or zombies in Black Ops 6, so this is going to be focused on multiplayer only. Now, even with that being said, I'm really only going to focus on the major bugs and glitches in Black Ops 6 multiplayer and those that have really stood out to me and have been readily accessible to find on the internet, so again, this isn't going to be very exhaustive. One bug that really stands out to me, as it's one that was relatively recent, was the bug that caused players to appear as though their progress had been reset if they had logged on to Black Ops 6 during a certain time period. Now, although this issue is one that would definitely be scary to look at, especially for those that have put a lot of time into Black Ops 6 and had made a ton of progress, it wasn't an issue that lasted very long, as it has since been fixed and no one actually permanently lost any of their progress. Another glitch that I have actually personally encountered is one on Nuketown that would allow players to see through the big bus on the map if they dolphin dived at it in a certain way. Now, this glitch is one that is incredibly annoying to deal with, as sometimes my enemies would be able to see me through the bus and thus be able to line up shots perfectly and sometimes even wallbang me through the bus. And although this is, like I said, incredibly annoying, it still does remain, as far as I know, unresolved at this time. Weapon blueprints and variants have been a mainstay in the Call of Duty franchise over recent years, and Black Ops 6 has been doing an incredible job with these weapon blueprints, as the blueprints available currently in Black Ops 6 are some of the coolest I've seen in a long time. However, even with that being said, there is an issue that is currently still going on in Black Ops 6 that doesn't allow the preset weapon attachments on these weapon blueprints to be unequipped by players. Now, even if players select to unequip these certain attachments and it looks as though these attachments were unequipped in the attachment selection screen, once players would load into a game, these attachments would still be on their weapons. Now, because these preset weapon attachments were showing as deselected in the weapon attachment screen, players were then able to go ahead and equip additional attachments in different weapon attachment slots, and then when they loaded into the game, the preset attachments that they had deselected were still on the gun, in addition to the new attachments they had added, meaning that even without the gunfighter wildcard selected, players could have sometimes 6, 7, and 8 attachments on their weapon. Now, this could be a bad thing or a good thing depending on how you look at it, especially if you wanted to deselect a certain scope because you preferred the iron sight on the weapon over the scope that came pre-selected. Unfortunately, that issue is still not yet resolved. Many players were excited when they took a look at their XP tokens and noticed that their Battle Pass XP tokens, Weapon XP tokens, and their double XP tokens had now been carried over into Black Ops 6 from previous Call of Duty titles. However, that excitement was short-lived, as these legacy tokens were removed very quickly by Treyarch, with the development team stating that it was simply a UI bug that allowed these legacy tokens to be carried over, and so players lost all of these tokens real quick. However, Treyarch listened to the community regarding their excitement around the legacy tokens being available in Black Ops 6 and quickly re-added these legacy tokens into Black Ops 6 in a bug-free way, and I gotta say, I was pretty excited because I had 50 1-hour double XP tokens in addition to the plenty of other double XP tokens I had as well. Now, even with all of those issues being present, I want to reiterate that this is the best first month we have seen from a Call of Duty title in a very long time. Now, skill-based matchmaking has long been a point of contention amongst the Call of Duty community, and although skill-based matchmaking is still present in Black Ops 6, it feels as though it might have actually been toned down a little bit because it doesn't feel like SBMM has the influence on the lobbies that players are joining sometimes as much as it has in the past. The weapon meta in Black Ops 6 is actually somewhat balanced, and it doesn't feel as though there is one overwhelmingly dominant meta present in Black Ops 6, and that's coming from me, who's been camo camo grinding for a long time now on Black Ops 6, and I've used every single weapon the game has to offer. The introduction of the SOG and Krieg C at the start of Season 1 of Black Ops 6 surely shook up the meta in Black Ops 6. However, even with that being said, it didn't feel as though these weapons were too overwhelmingly dominant, and that's incredibly exciting to say because in past years at the start of a new season when weapons were introduced, these weapons were a dominant force in the meta and kind of were game-breaking sometimes. That isn't the case here in Black Ops 6 with the Krieg C and the SOG, so that's definitely something that we like to see. I think that the map pool in Black Ops 6 is actually incredibly solid, of course with the exception of a few maps such as Red Card, and that map pool has only been bolstered since the start of Season 1. Now that being said, even though we did get some new maps at the onset of Season 1, I am also incredibly excited for the impending introduction of one of my favorite maps from Black Ops 4, Hacienda. One thing that a ton of Call of Duty players were excited about and hoping to see in Black Ops 6 were more things to grind for, as it felt like in previous years for Call of Duty, there simply wasn't enough. In Black Ops 6, however, there is a ton of things to grind for, such as Master Prestige level 1000, the Mastery camos in multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone, and so many different challenges available to players. One thing I'm really enjoying about Black Ops 6 is the introduction of Omni Movement, which has very quickly become my favorite ever movement system in a Call of Duty. Omni Movement feels incredibly smooth, and it also allows for a new dynamic to every single gunfight and every single situation. It really just fits really well into Black Ops 6. It doesn't feel like it's buggy, and yeah, some players do overuse Omni Movement, but it still feels like an incredibly solid movement system. I'd also like to note that it feels incredibly good knowing that the development team at Treyarch is listening to the Call of Duty community and implementing changes that the community wants to see in Black Ops 6. The responsiveness from the development team at Treyarch is a breath of fresh air, and it feels really good knowing that community input is taken into account when looking at upcoming updates and changes in Black Ops 6. I have had fun every single time I have logged onto Black Ops 6, even when grinding weapon camos on weapons such as the baseball bat, and that is saying a lot given the excitement that I've had logging on to Call of Duty titles in previous years. Black Ops 6 is shaping up to be the best Call of Duty title we have had for a very long time, and even though we are just 1 month into Black Ops 6, I think at this point it's safe to say that we are in for an incredible year of Call of Duty. But yeah guys, I want to finish off this video by saying that everything I've said in this video regarding the good and bad about Black Ops 6 is of course my own personal opinion, so please y'all don't attack me for it, even though I know some of y'all might. But like I said, man, I think that Black Ops 6 is an incredible Call of Duty title, and I am looking forward to the year ahead. But yeah, guys, that is effectively going to wrap up today's video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like and comment on it down below. Comment below your thoughts on the first month of Black Ops 6, and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any of my content. Other than that, y'all, hope you all have a great rest of your day, and that's been it. Peace.